All right, you guys, what's going on? Continue talk. Basically, the aftermath of Haney versus Garcia. As you guys know by now, Ryan Garcia defeated Devin Haney via majority decision. Now, some people are talking about the scoring and all this kind of stuff and saying how did one judge have it a draw and Devin Haney got knocked down 3 times. Well, the same way a judge had Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder a draw when Deontay Wilder was robbed of a knockout. He was robbed. It's funny how people love to tell certain content creators, "Oh, ain't you gonna make a video about this? Ain't you gonna make a video about that?" when it fits their narrative. So now, of course, the trolls coming out in drones like, "You guys are cowards. You guys are mediocre. Uh, you guys are fake. You're casuals. You don't know nothing about boxing. You just want to come on people's channel only to get blocked for saying something stupid. You can't even have intelligent dialect. You come on people's channel trying to talk crazy like you really about that life. We all know you ain't nothing but a bunch of punks that talk crazy behind a computer. You ain't gonna say it to a person's face in real life. That was proven a couple of days ago. Content creators be talking real greasy on their channel, threatening people, but then when somebody see them in real life, they change their whole tone, talking about, oh, well, it was just for just for the internet, and I'm just trying to be an entertainer and all that kind of stuff. Okay, that's cool, but don't be talking like you gonna threaten to do something to somebody, threaten somebody with bodily harm, and then they see you in real life, real time. Then you change your tune because some people ain't gonna let that slide. They're gonna be like, hey, you said you was gonna do this, you gonna do that. Now you got to do it. But that's what's been happening. Now all of a sudden, these Ryan Garcia fans have crawled from whatever rocks they came from, or whatever, from cutting grass or their taco trucks. And then the funny thing is, now some of y'all Hispanics and Mexicans want to claim Ryan Garcia as this is a victory for Mexico. When Ryan Garcia said F Mexico, he said fuck Viva la Mexico. That's the same as a black person saying, fuck the black community. So he exiled and distanced himself from y'all. So y'all think this is like some one up on black people, black fighters in the black community. At the end of the day, it's just a damn fight. Life goes on. And like I said, Devin, he'll be okay. Listen, I don't know whether Devin Haney has a broken jaw or not. I've heard some things, and I'm going to leave it at that. I went on a podcast with Goodfellas Sports TV. Oh, by the way, man, shout out to my guy 503 Line out of Houston. Shout out to my dude. I spoke to him. Me and him gonna put our heads together because I'm trying to figure out some things. So he may be part of it. So shout out to my guy 503 Line. Listen, for y'all sitting up here trying to gloat and stuff, keep that same energy when a black fighter beat the hell out of a Mexican fighter, since you want to make it tribal, since you want to make your racial innuendos, because y'all always got an excuse. So now you saying we making excuses for Devin Haney. Y'all made excuses for Ryan Garcia when he lost the tank. And keep in mind, before this fight, y'all already had y'all excuses in place. Oh, well, if Devin wins this fight, he shouldn't get credit. He shouldn't get credit because, Ryan isn't in his right mind. Oh, okay. So now Ryan wins is a legitimate W. Y'all always do the switch up and change the narrative. Who are you playing with, man? You know, who are you playing with? I mean, let's just keep it. Let's just keep it a buck. Let's just keep it a buck, man. Don't play these games, man. I told you I've been doing this way too long. Now, here's the thing. Ryan Garcia talked about, being weight drained and Tank taking advantage of him. He said he knew he was going to lose. He said he struggled to make that weight. He knew he couldn't make it. So everybody bought into Ryan Garcia's excuse. But now all of a sudden you got people trying to tell us, oh, you need to accept Ryan Garcia won. Here's the thing though. Ryan Garcia was in breach of contract. He purposely admitted to not making weight. So now everybody is celebrating this victory over Devin Haney. But I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm just keeping it a buck. Now, at the end of the day, he won the damn fight. He did. But I'm saying we could do the yeah, but with Ryan Garcia. So let me get this straight. Ryan Garcia gets a pass. He's exempt from criticism for basically being in breach of contract. He was in breach of contract. He didn't try to make weight. He purposely didn't make weight. Like I said before, had Devin Haney did all the stuff that Ryan Garcia did, and he didn't make weight, and he won the fight, people would be screaming bloody murder. So don't come on my channel telling me what I need to do and what I shouldn't do, and I need to give. He won. It is what it is. And like I said before, y'all want to put them memes, Devin Haney, being on the campus. Okay, I'm going to return fire. I'm going to give y'all a quick reminder. And this was just last year. I guess you forgot that he quit against Tank. Devin got to be the ultimate and constant professional, but Ryan Garcia is not allowed to. Then you had Bernard Hopkins constantly, running up on Beal. But he don't do that to nobody else. You should have been running up on them people at Golden Boy who was sitting up calling somebody that looked like you the N-word with the ER. But it's cool. It's cool. And I want to address in particularly a couple of these idiots on here saying that Devin should fire Beal. Why? Because of one loss? Now, we can have that conversation maybe if Devin loses 4 in a row. At the end of the day, you win some, you lose some. All of a sudden, they're, celebrating Ryan Garcia's father and all that kind of stuff. Well, Ryan Garcia's father can't be too good of a father if he let Ryan get violated. Because according to Ryan Garcia, that happened to him. So his father ain't too good of a father. He said that happened. And you can sit up there and make all the Diddy references you want. Because it's funny how y'all love to, and this is black people too that want to make those Diddy references. Why ain't y'all saying nothing about all those white boys that went to those Diddy parties? Like Jonah Hill and Russell Brand and, Austin Kutcher and quite a few other people. Just saying. Jack Harlow. So the black dudes got violated, but the white boys, they just took pictures. Keep that same energy. You see how easy it is for me to destroy you guys? You don't want to have that conversation with me. So I'm just saying. So Devin can do what he wants. At the end of the day, it's up to Devin. It's up to Bill. They have to decide what's the next move for Team Haney. But like I said before, the fact of the matter is Ryan Garcia claimed that Tank had an advantage over him, but he had an advantage over Devin Haney because he didn't make weight. Now, I don't want to hear nobody talking about Floyd Mayweather and none of that stuff. He came in 3 pounds overweight, almost 4. And to me, he got a pass Because, like I said, if Devin had done that, people would be livid. You would see every video talking about how unprofessional Devin is and this wasn't fair. And once again, Ryan Garcia got the short end of the stick. Here's the thing with power, either you have it or you don't. I think Devin doesn't know how to utilize his power sometimes, because I think sometimes he don't know how to sit on his punches. And Devin, I looked at some of the mistakes he was making. Once again, he was thinking too hard, and he should have been keeping his hand up a little higher so he wouldn't get hit with that hook, because that hook was different. And Ryan had a nice he had an okay lead, right? But the hook was the difference maker in the power. Devin was outboxing Ryan Garcia, whether people like it or not. Devin landed some nice shots on Ryan throughout the fight. But what happened in the second half of the fight, that was the difference. The 3 knockdowns was the difference in the fight. That's it. That's all. Like I said before, how do you sit up there and talk about somebody who helped somebody become a millionaire? He kept him out of the streets. He is a multi-division champion, an undisputed champion. So Bill didn't do too bad by Devin. Now maybe Bill might have too much on his plate now, but why fire him? Like I said, I heard some moron. I don't mess with dude anyway. I think dude is a cornball anyway. I think dude is a straight cornball, and there's a few other cornballs. And I broke it down. Like I said before, there's no reason for Devin to fire Bill, and anybody that's putting that out there, you're a fucking moron. And you can tell them that town business said it. A lot of these dudes don't even know what the hell they be talking about. Devin, like I said, Devin spent too much time. Listen, I want you guys to watch the fight closely. When you pausing during moments of the fight, and that means you thinking too much. At the end of the day, boxing is an IQ sport. It's a thinking man sport, but then you don't want to think too hard, especially when you in the middle of exchanges. You have to use ring generalship and have a good vision. You have to have a good IQ. But like I said, when Devin had Ryan pinned against the ropes, I saw moments of the fight where he'd be, trying to hit Ryan. He should have been continuing to hook Ryan. He was scared Ryan was going to try to bait him into a short shot, and he was thinking too much. I would have kept hitting Ryan. Oh, appreciate the super chat, man. Appreciate the super chat. What's up, Dreezy? Well, I'll put that out there. Let me explain something to you. Ryan will not be fighting Boots anytime soon. He's just throwing that out there. Now, it's funny how everybody was sitting up there saying that oh, Ryan will fight anybody. Well, Devin will fight anybody. Here's the thing. Everybody putting these memes up of Devin, on the campus. But like I said, I'm gonna respond. I'm gonna respond to that, because I'm gonna return fire. Because like y'all keep forgetting what happened a year ago. Once again, Devin Haney went out on his shield. Ryan Garcia quit against Tank. He refused to get up. He quit. And I mean, these things just happen. Devin fell for the antics. He fell for the antics, unfortunately. And I have to say this, and Bill listen to my channel. I'll tell Bill when he called me, they got caught up. I told them to ignore that stuff. One thing that you have to understand about this younger generation, this is what happens when you spend too much time on the internet. Those tweets, they start to get to you. The tweets, the videos, the Instagrams, they start to take toll on you. And when people say, listen, let me explain something to you guys. When people say, oh, I don't pay attention to the stuff that gets said about me on the internet, that means they're paying attention to the stuff that's getting said about them on the internet. Because why would you even say you don't pay attention when you could easily respond and just say, oh, I don't watch the internet, period. But we already know that they do. And it's funny how somebody that these dudes don't know, and this is the power of the internet. It's funny how somebody can sit up there and really be bothered by somebody that they have never met or spoke to and say, oh, somebody can't crack an egg and all this kind of stuff. And they fall for that kind of stuff. At the end of the day, if Devin Haney hit most of you dudes in the face, y'all would fall. There's a difference between getting hit between a dude in the streets and then a professional boxer. Like I said, Devin is far from done. There's no reason for him. There's no reason for him to fire Bill. Now, if they go on a dramatic lose streak, then that's a different story. Now, what if they come back and win 4 straight and look very good doing it? You know? Well, if that's the case, if Ryan Garcia is such a good fighter, how come he'd been floored and hurt in multiple fights? I mean, he made some small adjustments with Derrick James, but I didn't see nothing that a smarter fighter can exploit. And I'm just keeping it a buck. Every fighter got a weakness. You know, every fighter got a weakness, and that just really comes down. Nah, it don't matter who they win. If they break off 4 straight, like I said before, Ryan Garcia had a knockout against a guy we never heard of, and he got all the praise in the world, even though that fight didn't sell. Nobody came to that fight. Like I said before, Devin can bounce back. He'll be fine. It's not the end of the world. Hey, dude, listen. Stop trolling my channel, bro. Okay? If you can't understand what I'm saying, that's your problem. I never said that somebody can't be better. So don't put words in my mouth, dude. I know what I'm talking about. Ryan didn't listen. Here's the thing. For people that's saying that Ryan dominated, that's not factual. That's not true. Ryan was behind. Ryan was clearly behind on the cards going into the 7th round. He lost 5 rounds straight. Once again, the knockdowns were the difference makers. So don't come on here telling me how to talk on my channel. If you don't like how I'm speaking on my channel and the subject matter, you can go. Nobody's forcing you to be here. Don't come on here trying to police my channel. Well, Devin cracked Ryan in the 3rd round, and he hurt Ryan really bad. I have to say this about Devin. This is my own assessment. There's another fighter that I seen. I don't want to say his name because you know how these fighters get upset when you critique them. But I have to say this because I'm good with the Haneys. Listen, I'm putting Oakland on my back. I'm putting the Bay on my back, and you just have to tell the truth. we all can come to grips. We all can admit that Devin has trouble smelling blood. He doesn't know how to go for the kill. As far as what happened to him, it's just some minor adjustments he can make. Y'all got to remember, Lennox Lewis had one of the worst chins in boxing. When he got with Emmanuel Stewart, he fixed some things. He taught Lennox Lewis how to tuck his chin better. So in exchanges, he wouldn't be subjectable to getting countered. Because Rahman just came over the top and hit him with another shot, and that floored him. Lennox Lewis never had a good chin. But Emmanuel Stewart fixed it to where it would be hard to land a good shot towards Lennox Lewis. And that's all I think needs to happen with Devin. I don't like to use that word exposed, because if that's the case, Lomachenko got exposed against Alito. Lomachenko got exposed against Jermaine Ortiz. Lennox Lewis exposed Evander Holyfield in that first fight. So let's not go there. It's just some minor things that Devin needs to work on that can be fixed. It's not the worst that I've ever seen. But for right now, my suggestion would be that Devin No, dude, you trying to come on here. What you trying to do, bro? You trying to come on here and troll. Like I said, dude, shut up and listen. That's real talk. So you don't think Devin can get better? You sitting up talking about Ryan. So you saying Devin can't get better? You saying Devin can't make improvements? Like, for real, bro. Don't come on here with the groupie stuff. I'm just making some valid points. So you can cape for Ryan all you want, but I'm telling the truth. What, bro, you the one being emotional. I just responded to what you said. Like, listen, bro, if you, this dude is the one getting emotional. Oh, I ain't see, like, bro, they can dish it out, but they can't take it. All I did is counter what your goofy ass said. You saying that Ryan can improve, so Devin can't improve? Dude, you sound stupid. Dude, you sound stupid. Yeah, this is Hispanic. Okay, so Devin can't recover, but Ryan recovered. Nah, I like it though. That just goes to show you that Aubrey is cool. Let them keep bringing their butts on here. That just shows you that that's just showing that I'm making an impact. I'm glad. He say Devin ain't gonna never be the same. Okay, so I guess Ryan ain't never gonna be the same from when he quit against Tank Davis, right? Didn't he recover? So Devin can't recover. Okay, so Muhammad Ali didn't recover when he lost to Smoking Joe Frazier. Didn't he beat him 2 more additional times? Did Muhammad Ali regain his championship back multiple times? Okay. See, these is what you call emotional Hispanics, bandwagon Mexicans, and Hispanics jumping on Ryan Garcia's bandwagon. They didn't give a damn about Ryan Garcia until he won that fight. Y'all really think y'all had me fooled? You sound stupid. You sound stupid, dude. You sound dumb. I mean, if you trolls want some more work, then you go, hey, keep it coming. Y'all know I can do this. Y'all know I does this. I'm T Grizzly with this, man. I do it with no effort. But I'm telling the honest to God truth. Ryan Garcia had advantage. He took advantage of it. He's getting a free pass for being unprofessional, being in breach of contract. But you got people talking about, oh, you making excuses, but these the same people that made every excuse for Ryan Garcia. Going into this fight, people were saying, well, Devin is taking advantage of Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia isn't in his right mind. So if Devin wins this fight, that's not going to be fair. Like, so now all of a sudden life is fair because the other guy won. So the non-black guy wins over the black guy. Now all is good in boxing. Oh, now it's fair. Now it's even. Well, yeah, Mark, of course they do. They don't seem to understand that anything could happen. You tell me over 30 years ago that Buster Douglas would come out of nowhere and beat Mike Tyson, I would have said you're lying. Well, Chris, people no, they don't want to hear no excuses because Ryan won. But if Devin had did what Ryan did, you would have people crying bloody murder, robbery, boxing isn't fair, and all this kind of stuff. We're not giving Devin Haney no credit. Um, you would have heard everything. You would have heard every excuse available to be made. Ryan Garcia admitted to being in breach of contract. So at the end of the day, since he want to sit up here and talk all this junk and taunt Devin Haney, well, you know what, Golden Boy, I'll just put it to you this way: Ryan Garcia and his promotional company probably would be hearing from my attorney because you were in violation, you were in breach of a contract. If me and you have a contract and it says you need to do this, let's just say I have this construction company building me a house. Let's just say I decide to try something different. Let's just say I want to get one of those container homes built. Okay, whatever construction company I deal with, if we have a contract saying, hey, it's going to take us exactly this amount of time to finish this house, have this house completed. Now, we all know once the house is completed, it still has to go through inspection and all this stuff and be cleared for you to move in, to seek residency in. So you still have to go through some red tape. But still, let's just say you want to have all this sorted out, planned, all this in line. Well, let's just say they missed the deadline. Let's just say, okay, I need this house to be completed by May the 22nd. And if they say in the contract, hey, this house will be finished by May the 22nd. Okay, you expect the house to be completed by May the 22nd. Okay, let's just say the house isn't completed till the 1st of June. They guaranteed. They were contractually obligated. Now let's just say they ran into some hurdles. Okay, that has to be, you have to put that in the contract. But if they guarantee they can have the house did, you don't want to hear that. But if they come to you and say, well, you know what, we purposely didn't finish on time because we wanted to try to make extra money and try to see could I pay my guys extra money, and whatever the case may be. Okay, they in breach of contract. I could sue that construction company because one, they didn't make the date, and then they purposely didn't make the date. That's breach of contract. You can talk about the quick crying, all that technicality stuff, all you want. I'm just telling you the truth. I know about contracts, and anybody with common sense, any lawyer will come on here and tell you that that's breach of contract. And anybody with common sense will say that's breach of contract. And you will lose in court. You will lose. Because at the same time, here's the thing: construction, A lot of times, and construction workers do that on purpose too. A lot of times, I don't know if you know, SoFi Stadium went well over budget. Now we know some things happened, but they was behind schedule anyway. They was behind schedule anyway. So it cost them more to build that stadium because one, they got far behind schedule. But we know things happen because a lot of times, if you don't finish on time, you have to pay the construction company extra money. Now, if they run into delays that's beyond their control, then unfortunately you have to foot the bill because they have to pay people, and then they, like I said, a lot of times they do it on purpose. And construction stuff is covered under insurances and all that kind of stuff anyway. But what I'm saying is that the construction company purposely doesn't try to make the date, that's breach of contract. There you have it. And that's what Ryan Garcia did. But people celebrating him winning this fight because at all cost, because he beat a black fighter. It just goes to show you the disdain and the dislike that people really have secretly for black people, and the disdain people have for black fighters. Yeah, they'll emulate us. Yeah, of course they like the stuff we create, but that doesn't mean they like us. I said um I said that Ryan Garcia won the fight, but let's not. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Did Ryan Garcia make weight? Anybody that's listening, answer the question. Yes or no? Did Ryan Garcia contractually make weight? Wasn't he contractually obligated to come in at 140? Yes or no? While you sitting up here, see what you trying to do is talk around it. People was furious. And it's funny, I remember you Mexicans was furious when Floyd Mayweather beat up Marquez. Y'all was furious. Oh, this is not fair. Floyd cheated Marquez. He didn't make weight. But now all of a sudden, the shoe is on the other foot. Y'all always telling us to accept something when we get screwed. But like I said, at the end of the day, this is no, one up on the black community. At the end of the day, it's just still a fight. But I'm just giving y'all some common knowledge. Y'all always change the narrative when you guys don't come out on top. Yes or no? Yes or no? Answer the question. Ryan Garcia was unprofessional. All this stuff about he trying to find, Ryan Garcia ain't trying to find no damn kids. Ryan Garcia don't care about none of that stuff. He was just doing this just to bring attention to himself, to gain some extra social media followers, because people are naive and they believe anything a lot of these dudes say. If a dude, a moron and a fraud and a hypocrite like Charleston White can get a fan base, this very same guy that tried to basically mock and taunt a dude who lost his son, and you have people making excuses for that dude, that just goes to show you how you can easily manipulate somebody over the internet. And that's all that was happening. Ryan Garcia ain't looking for no kids that's been kidnapped. Ryan Garcia finna take his ass back to Victorville, whatever he finna do, and hang out with some girls and move on to the next fight. I guarantee you Ryan Garcia ain't gonna do this stuff in his next fight. I promise you Ryan Garcia ain't gonna do this in his next fight. He not gonna do this if he fights Pitbull Cruz, which I don't think he's gonna fight. Why would Pitbull Cruz go up 5 pounds to fight Ryan Garcia? And we all know the PBC is not gonna let him fight Ryan Garcia when they could basically put him back in the ring with Tank. You know damn well that damn well Al Heyman is not about to do Oscars no favor. But then again, if they offer monumental money, who knows? Because Al Heyman, he loved looking out for his non-black fighters. Maybe they will. If they offer him maybe $10 million to fight Ryan Garcia, then maybe Al Heyman will let him go over there. But we know damn well he ain't gonna let no brother go over there. Because keep in mind, he tried to keep Steve Fulton. He tried to talk Steve Fulton out of taking that fight with Inanu. We all know Al Heyman tried to talk Steve Fulton out of that Inanu fight, but Steve Fulton was like, "Hey man, I'm not turning down no $3 million. You out of your mind." Look, that's how much he made. That's how much he made for the actual fight. Now, from what I've been told, Inanu, anyway, whatever his name is big in Japan. Like they put his fights on pay-per-view. He generates a lot of money. So it's no telling how much Steve Fulton walked away with. Like I said, he probably got $4 million when it was all said and done. I can tell you this much: going to Japan, flying halfway across the world to get my ass whooped, at least I'm gonna feel a lot better. Like I said, on that long 15-hour plane ride, knowing that I'm gonna have $3 to $4 million in my bank. I don't know how they tax it. Now, the problem is when he get out here, who knows what Uncle Sam is going to take. But, I mean, I'm just saying. So, well, Al Heyman is the same dude. They couldn't find no money. They don't have no money for boots. They don't have no money. They don't have no money for boots. They don't have no money for a Bud Errol Spence rematch. But they found a way to get Canelo some money, and they found a way to get Conor McGregor $100 million. That's what I'm saying, man. Don't be talking that pro-black stuff to me when it pertains to this. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. If it's no rehydration clause in the fight, you can go up to however much you want. All you have to do is make weight. You have to make the weight. Devin made the 140 contractual obligation for the championship fight. That is the difference. If Ryan Garcia came in at 140, hey, I wouldn't have nothing to say. But due to the fact that he came in almost 4 pounds and intentionally, that's the difference. They have weight classes for a reason, dude. If that's the case, if weight didn't matter, well, then Inanu should be fighting Boots, right? Right? If weight classes don't matter, that means Inanu should be fighting Boots, right? The hell how much they weigh. The hell with the size, the hell with the weight, right? Nice try, though. Nice try. Nice try. When Floyd didn't make weight versus Marquez, that was unprofessional. He had to pay Marquez extra money, and he obliterated Marquez, but at the same time, I just remember the Hispanics, and particularly the Mexicans, being furious at Floyd, saying that Floyd screwed Marquez. That's all I'm saying. Listen, dude, you know damn well why people think what Ryan did is okay, because Ryan Garcia is not black. Listen, mark my words. I want to see the reaction of the next black fighter if he don't make weight. I bet you if he come in pound overweight, watch everybody make videos going in on him, saying he's unprofessional and he a weight bully, and this is the travesty of the box. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care that Ryan Garcia purposely didn't make weight because he won the fight. Well, Vegas Mark, I'm trying to explain this to these people. They seem to act like they don't, but they do understand. And they try to say nobody said nothing when Floyd didn't make weight against Marquez. Yes, they did. The hell if they did. Yes, they did. I saw all kind of articles going in saying Floyd was unprofessional and saying they was pissed off at Floyd for not making weight. Please stop the cap. Yeah, they know what time it is. They just playing dumb. They playing dumb. They know what's up with this. Like I said, it's any means necessary. As long as the brother loses, it's all good. They don't care how he loses, as long as he loses. Now, I'm not saying everybody is on that type of time, but a lot of these people is. The majority of these dudes is. I went off on somebody that tried to pull that Floyd stuff. Oh, if nobody said nothing, I went off on some dude. I ethered that dude. Yeah, appreciate it, J Dog. J Dog, you know damn well if Devin Haney would have came in 3 pounds, no, almost 4 pounds. What was it? 143.5. That's like a half a pound away from like 4 pounds. If Devin had did this, I mean, every media circuit would have been going in, calling him unprofessional, the other antics, calling him ghetto, saying he's hood, and this. There's no place in boxing. There's no place in boxing for this. Listen. I don't want listen, dude. I don't need to be trying to do this stuff. Like I said before, I am black. Of course, I'm gonna look out for my people, but at the same time, I call it right down the middle. I'm one of the very few people that have called Al Heyman and the PBC out for their antics. So, it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, like I said before, we'll see what Ryan does in the next fight. But keep the same energy. Now, if Ryan's running to another stumbling block, keep the same energy. So if Ryan mysteriously or coincidentally get his lights put out, because like I say, boxing is very weird. Anything could happen. Like I said, if you would have told me 30 something years ago that Mike Tyson would have lost to Buster Douglas, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I never even heard of Buster Douglas until let me explain something. I didn't know who Buster Douglas was until I saw him walking in the ring. Once again, y'all have to understand, in them days, you didn't have you couldn't do no research. And a lot of these boxing pundits that try to act like they just a student of the game, they didn't start really looking into boxing until they started seeing other people posting up certain stuff. Now, myself, I really followed boxing. I had what you would call the memory, you know what I'm saying? The memory test. The memory card was in my head because I actually saw a lot of these fights. So I remember the first Sugar Ray, even though I was very young, I remember the first Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran fight. I remember Thomas Hearns versus Sugar Ray Leonard, the first fight in which Thomas Hearns was beating Sugar Ray Leonard's ass. Had that been a 12th round fight, Thomas Hearns would have clearly won that fight. Sugar Ray Leonard was well behind on the cards. He was getting outboxed. He was getting beat up by Thomas Hearns. But unfortunately, Sugar Ray Leonard, he rallied. He rallied. He hurt Thomas Hearns, I think, in the 13th round, and then he finished him off in the 14th. One thing about Sugar Ray Leonard had finesse and he had style, but he had power. That's one thing he did have. Well, at the end of the day, if Shakur is serious, it's a good look. We don't need that. So, like I said, I remember when all this stuff was happening. I saw all these fights. I was the internet. So my mind was the internet. I saw all these fights. That's why I be trying to tell people when Canelo, I don't even like going there. Canelo ain't even remotely the greatest. He damn sure ain't the greatest fighter. He ain't even in Canelo. I don't even have Canelo in the top 20 greatest fighters. He ain't even in the top 10 greatest Mexican fighters. Ricardo Lopez is better. Ricardo Lopez and Salvador Sanchez was way better than Canelo. Salvador Sanchez was a beast, and he died at a young age. Now, Ricardo Lopez don't get the credit he deserved because he fought in a smaller weight class. But nobody could beat Ricardo Lopez because he retired undefeated. So that's what I'm saying. So I remember all this stuff. I remember Mike Tyson versus nobody heard. So all this stuff that everybody talked about, oh, I just have so much knowledge. Yeah, now you do within the last 20 years because of the internet, and then because of YouTube, because you can research this stuff. A lot of these dudes just be discovering this stuff, especially these dudes that's under 35 trying to act like they just have so much knowledge of boxing. No, you were just discovering this stuff on the internet. Keep it 100. But that's a good thing about the internet. But what I'm saying is I actually saw all these dudes fight. I saw Julio Cesar Chavez on HBO versus Meldrick Taylor. When that fight first happened, it was surreal. It was one of the worst. It was one of the worst fights that I ever saw because Meldrick Taylor, God damn. I'm talking about it was less than 5 seconds to go, and Richard Steele, he ruined Meldrick Taylor's career. He just was never the same. I remember, this is what I'm saying. I remember Terry Norris versus Julian Jackson when that fight first happened. I remember Sugar Ray Leonard versus Terry Norris. So I saw all those fights. I remember I remember Sugar Ray Leonard versus the rematch, No Mas. Canelo ain't even better than Marquez or Eric Morales. I mean, or Barrera. He ain't better than none of them dudes. Canelo did exactly what Floyd did. He mimicked what Floyd did, and he did it in reverse. He did what Floyd did primarily with black fighters. And I'm just going to say it. I don't care who get mad. I mean, fact is fact. What Canelo did, he'll fight everybody primarily except a Mexican fighter because he don't want to get him a payday. He don't have no problem beating up on brothers or white boys because Canelo really been on a white boy streak for a while. And it just got to be said. Floyd did the same thing with Mexicans. So Canelo mimicked what Floyd did in reverse. And it just got to be said. A lot of people ain't brave enough to say that. Now, I don't do the tribalism thing. I'm not trying to play Mexicans up against each other. I don't have no horse in the race, but fact is fact and truth is truth. Somebody got to say it about Canelo. He did exactly what Floyd did. Canelo wouldn't be fighting Jaime Munguia if he didn't have no other option. Canelo wasn't going to fight Jaime Munguia. Canelo was going to fight Edgar Berlanga. And Edgar Berlanga said, nah, I'm not ready for a fight like that. So we had no choice. It was either Jaime Munguia or David Benavidez. And we knew he was. And we knew that he wasn't going to fight. We knew he wasn't going to fight David Benavidez. Canelo has done everything in his power to basically, yeah. We knew that he was going to do everything in his power not to fight David Benavidez. He already then priced himself out. Well, there you go. I mean, I heard from what Goodfellas Sports told me, they saying that he don't have to. They saying that he's done with PBC after this fight. So he gonna probably run back to Matchroom, and he probably is gonna fight Edgar Berlanga. He would have fought Edgar Berlanga anyway. If he ain't obligated, he doesn't want to fight David Benavidez. He's made that very clear. He's made that very clear when he said, "Give me two," and then when somebody said, "Well, David Benavidez," he said he does nothing but bring 25 pounds into the ring. Like, bro, what the hell? Just like Floyd didn't want to pass, just like Floyd didn't want to pass the torch to a black fighter. Canelo don't really want to pass the torch to another Mexican fighter. He the one that said, I can't see myself fighting another Mexican. And Floyd made it obvious by basically, after Sugar Shane Mosley, really not wanting to fight no brothers. And the only reason why he fought Andre Berto is allegedly he fought Andre Berto over a chick. I think one of the greatest fights that could have been made, Vegas Mark. I know due to, because I think George Foreman retired shortly, and then one of the greatest fights that I think that could have been made in the 70s, unfortunately, George Foreman versus Larry Holmes. That would have been a hell of a fight. But I would have to look at I think the reason why that fight didn't happen, I think Foreman retired. So he was gone by the time Larry Holmes started to emerge as, Larry Holmes started to emerge as an up and coming star, because Larry Holmes served as a sparring partner for Muhammad Ali. So this is why I say, but boy, that if you want to talk about fantasy fights, yeah, I would have to look. I would have to look back. That when I say that would have been a fight, man. And I'm gonna say something about Larry Holmes that before I close out this video. Larry Holmes' treatment by the fans was just horrible. And I'm not gonna say and guess who was dogging Larry Holmes out the most? Wasn't the Mexican fans, wasn't the white fans. Now, of course, you being a black fighter, you're gonna go through your fair share of racism. But a lot of people that hated Larry Holmes and that always tried to demean Larry Holmes as a fighter was people from his own community. For some reason, Larry Holmes got this criticism for fighting Muhammad Ali. First of all, Muhammad Ali shouldn't even been licensed to fight Larry Holmes. Muhammad Ali clearly wasn't in his right state of mind. And y'all can go look at all the footage of Muhammad Ali going into that fight with Larry Holmes. He shouldn't have been licensed to fight. He shouldn't have been licensed to fight. Go look at the footage. Anybody that want to challenge me, I'm like Charlie Murphy, challenge me. Challenge. Go look at him training for Larry Holmes. His vision was gone. His reflexes was gone. He couldn't even get in the rhythm trying to hit the heavy bag. But yet, he was licensed to fight Larry Holmes. I don't know who did that fight, but they shouldn't have licensed him. I think Don King promoted that fight. Don King sucked every milk and cranny out of Muhammad Ali. He shouldn't have been licensed to fight. And then afterwards, when Larry Holmes stopped Muhammad Ali, Larry Holmes said that a woman walked up to him and said she hated him. She said the woman said, "I hate you." Can you imagine somebody telling you that you've never seen in your life? And then all throughout Larry Holmes' boxing career, when he started winning titles, people were rooting against him. His own community was rooting against him to lose. Some of these niggas was rooting for him against Jerry Cooney, Randall Tex Cobb, guys like that. Larry Holmes fought the best guys that was out there. To try to sit up there and say Larry Holmes really didn't fight nobody in his era, that's a damn lie. Berbick wasn't no slouch. Tim Witherspoon wasn't no slouch. None of those dudes was. Jerry Cooney was coming out off a knockout of Ken Norton. Ken Norton wasn't no slouch. Ken Norton beat Muhammad Ali arguably twice, but they gave it to Muhammad Ali in the rematch. So let's not play these games. But Larry Holmes, this is what I'm talking about. His own community really didn't. I was a big Larry Holmes fan. Larry Holmes was one fight away from tying the record. He was 48-0. He fought Michael Spinks. Unfortunately, in a close competitive fight, Larry Holmes was the champion, but they gave it to Michael Spinks. And keep in mind, this is when they fought 15-round fights. They had a rematch. Larry Holmes clearly won the rematch. I'm talking about Larry Holmes clearly won the rematch. They made sure Larry Holmes never won a championship again because they asked Larry Holmes about Rocky Marciano, and he said Rocky Marciano couldn't hold his jockstrap. And then the media did what they did. They took his words and twisted and turned it and make it look like it was cardinal sin. You know. So they were mad at Larry Holmes. Do you know they even had Rocky Marciano's brother try to confront Larry Holmes? Like, man, if you don't get out of here. He said Rocky Marciano couldn't hold my jockstrap. So everybody was just horrified. How dare you talk about the great Italian white hope? Like, man, come on, bro. Like, and you got to understand, there was no alternate media. It was just them. It was just, and we already knew who ran the media, the white folks. Back then, if you was a black reporter and you worked for a publication, the print media, man, you'll be surprised what they used to do to black reporters, how they had talked to black reporters. So keep in mind, it was only one media, and it was the media, it was print media. We knew most of the magazines were primarily owned by black people. By white people. And maybe a few owned by, maybe some Asians. But black people didn't own shit back then. They didn't own no media publications. And the Source magazine wouldn't appear for another 10 years. So I'm just saying when, Larry Holmes, after he defeated, when did the Source come out? Like the late 80s, 90s, something like that. So they went after Larry Holmes. So that was basically another strike against him. They already hated the fact that he beat Muhammad Ali, that he stopped Muhammad Ali. Now, keep in mind, what I don't like about the whole Larry Holmes, Muhammad Ali deception is Muhammad Ali had one more fight versus Trevor Berbick. Once again, he got licensed to fight, and he shouldn't have got licensed to fight. So and he lost to Trevor Berbick, and then he was finished. And then you can start to see some of the stuff was wrong with Muhammad Ali, as he, even when he retired. Keep in mind, Muhammad Ali was a dude that generated, as a boxer, probably made people hundreds of millions of dollars. Now he's made billions of dollars. And I think it was real sad that Muhammad Ali was resorted to doing commercials about killing cockroaches. This is Muhammad Ali, and this dude is doing commercials about killing cockroaches. We gonna kill these roaches. We gonna knock these roaches out. Black out, like that was bad. Muhammad Ali should have had every endorsement that you could think of. He should have had it. Well, you need to talk to tell your dad I apologize, but your dad, he should be mad at Don King. Don King was one that I told you he milked Muhammad Ali out of every cranny he could. Like I said, Muhammad Ali was resorted to doing. If you think I'm lying, go look it up. You can find those Muhammad Ali roach commercials. Cockroaches, man. Think about this. This is Muhammad Ali, and he doing commercials about cockroaches. Roaches. Motherfucking roaches. Make that make sense. No Coca-Cola. No Tops cards. You know, none of that. No Pepsi. No nothing. Roach commercials. I don't think it was Black Flag. It might have been Decon. So it was something. But when I saw him doing them roach commercials, I was like, whoo. Woo. How you even ask? I mean, if you Muhammad Ali's agent, how do you even present? Oh, hey, Muhammad. Oh man, we got this company. We want you to do these commercials about killing cockroaches. Well, there you get. See, this is Muhammad Ali. See, a lot of people don't want to talk about that. What Muhammad Ali was reduced to doing, he had to sell his likelihood, and he didn't even get much for it. Oh, I've been trying to tell people that Spence was part of that deal for Canelo. Nobody believes me, but it was proven. Hey, but anyway, you guys, I've been on for an hour. I got to regroup, but I'll be back with more later. Appreciate you guys.